It just pisses me off for everything. Is that sane behavior? Probably not. Oh, you should test it. Live, on stream. I volunteer. While he was completely road dogging them. What the fuck, that's insane. What do you mean you're gonna draw pornography? Staging cost her the top 5 in my opinion. The lyrics are awful. The lyrics are awful. She gave me the look of, I know what happened in there. If I was an artist, I would refuse to go on stage if you didn't let me bring. This is one of the things the EBU needs to change immediately. Sometimes I worry. Hello, hi, вітаю, добре дошли, it's your boy, Gottem. I'm Gottem. And welcome back to another episode of ours. So, you might be asking yourself, why do you look the way you do right now? I know I look hideous right now, I have nothing on, and if you have been a consistent subscriber of this channel, you might have guessed what we're doing today, also by the title and the thumbnail, obviously.
Thank you, but I don't want to know.
Back by popular demand, we have finally part 2 of the confessions and hot takes video about Eurovision 2025.
You are right up my street.
Yes, I'm finally bringing it back because I got so many requests to do a part 2. And honestly, right now, Eurovision is over. We know how it be. We're all questioning what to do with our lives. We have nothing going on.
It's a world in crisis, honey!
So I thought a little bit of fun wouldn't hurt anyone, you know what I mean. Plus, I also didn't want to write a script.
Is she serious?
So we are gonna be raw dogging this video again. I'm sure it's gonna be very, very fun.
Oh, yeah, keeping it real.
Yes, again, in fact, we're doing part 2 of your hottest and most controversial takes and confessions of Eurovision 2025. What can I say? I'm a true provider. Plus, who doesn't love the blueprint? No shade.
Do you want spoilers?
So yeah, I have asked you again to submit your hottest Eurovision 2025 takes plus confessions, and today we're gonna be reading them, we're gonna be ranking them according to the special Gottem tier list, which we all love.
It's the Bulgarian clown in you.
Okay.
And as in the last episode, I wanna make this unhinged to the maximum extent.
DevonAdoramiWooWooBlogs.com.
So I'm gonna be drinking again. Missed her, I've missed her as well.
Happy Christmas, you old slapper.
So it's gonna be a drinking game, it's gonna be a confessions video, and also it's gonna be a makeup video, because, you know, I love to be a clown. So in this video we're gonna be transforming ourselves to my recent addiction on TikTok, my recent hyperfixation of male gender. That happens usually every 2 weeks or so.
Choices.
We're gonna be transforming ourselves into somebody that has been living on my TikTok For You page rent-free. Big Top the clown. I love him and I wanna marry him.
She might not, but she probably will turn into a lesbian.
So we're gonna be turning ourselves into him. Not sure if it's gonna be successful, but you know what? It's for the plot, it's for the video. Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares?
So before we dive into this video, I'm gonna make my usual reminder for you guys that you can always subscribe and join the Gottem Mental Asylum. We are a new channel on the Eurovision YouTube scene. Not really anymore.
Trash and scum.
But yeah, you can always subscribe, you can always join our lovely Gottem Mental Asylum. We have a lot of fun here. We are very unhinged. We do stupid shit all the time.
Grow up, madam.
And if you fancy a good lyrical analysis, a good deep dive into the lyrics and the messages of Eurovision songs, and a good video essay type format, shenanigans full of British canon references and stupid memes every 5 seconds,
And that is the truth of the matter.
this channel is definitely gonna float your boat, so subscribe. And on that note, the next video, it's gonna be ranking the lyrics of Eurovision 2025, so...
Which is good for Björkman.
You guys have been asking me, are you gonna be doing that for this year? Of course I am, so make sure you stay tuned, because you're not gonna want to miss that.
I'd really like to stay around for quite a long time.
Before I start this transformation into my truest form, again, transforming into Big Top the Clown, who doesn't love a big top? They call me a pocket-sized one though, so there's that.
I'm telling you too much about my personal life, but you get it.
And before dragging and reading your hot takes and confessions, I'm gonna introduce you to the tier list we're gonna be using. Let's start with the tiers. The first tier is Call It an Ugly Twink the Way It Cannot Be Topped, which is me right now. But yeah, that's reserved for, like, I get it, I really do. It's almost like I wrote that. Then we have Well Yes, you get it.
Oh yes,
Yes.
Then we have mid-festival, and it's not really controversial, it's not really interesting, it's something like we've seen again and again. Then we have Hello, we're starting to get into like the deep Unhinged territory. Then we have Beyond Abysmal, which self-explanatory.
Beyond abysmal.
And the last tier is human rights violation. Basically calling the cops, calling the International Criminal Court to open an investigation on your ass. Insane, seek help, please. How are we gonna be using this bad baby? How are we gonna be incorporating her into this video? If a take lands into the human rights violation, I'm gonna be taking a shot. And in the meantime, for the tiers below mid-festival, I'm gonna be taking a sip out of my chaser.
Talk about something different?
Yeah. Should we start the video? Maybe.
Stop it! At your age!
So yeah, now we're gonna be reading, ranking, wanking,
Don't talk shite!
and ripping your hot takes and opinions and confessions to shreds as per usual. Of course, you are on the haters channel at the end of the day, so.
You are a slut and I hate you.
You submitted your hot takes. Plenty of people responded. 500. 500 people responded.
98% of people.
Not gonna be reading all of them, so don't be mad if your confession or hot take is not in this video. It might be in the next one. Let's start off with our first take, which is Hi bitch boy, time to bro. I hate you guys with a burning passion, actually. It's not like I'm ranking it, I just want to take a shot, you know?
10.
Open her, open her, open her.
You silly cunt.
Cheers. I got no panties on, I got no panties on.
And the madness.
Okay, let's start off immediately with our second one while I begin to apply this suspicious looking face paint. Okay, hot take number 2, I guess. Okay, fine, not a hot take but a confession. I wanted Zierm to win so badly that I told anyone that voted for Zierm to send me proof and I would draw anything they wanted in return, including porn art. And you best believe I delivered, as I am a woman of my word. No, I respect the hustle. I really do. Like, I get it.
This is a family-friendly channel, you know that.
Is it really?
Oh my god, we're starting to look like... If I was normal and stable, I would have been like, what the fuck, that's insane. What do you mean you're gonna draw pornography for someone if they vote for Zierm?
I was good, wasn't it? Let's face it.
But again, if I could draw, which again, I used to be able to draw, I have lost that skill, I would have done the same. I would have absolutely done the same. Did I force everyone I know in my life to vote for Zierm? Yes. Which is not a lot because I don't have a lot of friends. Clearly, who...
Shit that I've seen, you don't have that many. So out of...
Anyways, in all honesty, I'm gonna put it into Call It an Ugly Twin the way it cannot be told because you're so right and I support women's rights and wrongs.
And that is the truth of the matter.
And to me, this is not even a wrong, so I immediately have to stand. Draw me as a bitch. Which is already what I am.
Filth! That's what you are. Filth!
Okay, next one. I was walking in the woods listening to Burman Laimi and straight up laid face down in the plants. Again, real. Are these written by me? Genuinely something I would write. I get it. Is that sane behavior? Probably not.
There's something wrong with you, hon.
But if you are on this channel, you are already unstable. There is a reason why we call this little community we have the Gottem Mental Asylum. Do you know what I mean? So again, Call It an Ugly Twin the way it can be told. That song is just something. It's an out of body experience. That's the truth of the matter.
And that is the truth of the matter.
Next, I despite exclusively because it opens with the line, I have golden locks and that man is the most brunette man to ever brunette. I know the song isn't about him, but it just pisses me off. Like, why is that the first line? It's so jarring. I wish I could say that that's my only issue with the song, but it isn't. Again, like, I don't like the song whatsoever. That song is not for me. That and Like a Party. These are the least Gottem-coded songs to have ever existed.
Such a bad song. It's a bad staging. It's a bad act.
It just pisses me off for everything. The lyrics are awful. The lyrics are awful. I cannot wait to drag them in the next video because that is an abomination.
There's no message.
Whoever came up with... I look like, you know the buskers, the ones that like play music on the side of the street? Do you know the scammers? Do you have that in your countries or whatever? The mimes that be doing stupid shit on the street to ask for money. Also, I'm gonna be painting over my eyebrows. I don't know how that's gonna work with these bad boys. I got my pennies on. Again, like, I get it. Well, yes, I'm gonna be putting into well, yes, because a lot of people hate that song, and for a good reason. Okay, we're going to my trusted white eyeshadow. Why is this a tutorial? Out of nowhere, this is a tutorial. Like, who is gonna be doing this?
You're fat. You're a cow.
Next. Oh. I got fucked to Roa by an Icelandic dilf in his hotel room accommodation in Basel, and the Montenegrin delegation was staying on the same floor as him, and Nina Zizic was next door. I found this out because we literally left the rooms at the exact same time, and she gave me the look of, I know what happened in there. Either you're a liar, there is no way that this is true. There is just no way.
You're a slag and a liar.
First of all, how do you find an Icelandic dilf? Not for me. But like, do they exist? I mean, obviously they exist. But they're just like a rare Pokemon, you know?
Oh, don't you ever shut up.
And I want to find one. Again, my friend wants to find one, not me. What is this face paint? Mech color. What the fuck kind of shit did I buy? This is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. Do you guys see that? It doesn't want to stick. Me going to the function. Okay, that is insane. The thing is, if it was a normal person, they would put it into the human rights violation tier. I'm not gonna do that.
You're kidding me.
Because real, I would have done the same. My friend would have done the same. That's crazy. Poor Nina. Also, do I believe this happened? I don't know. No, it's again, if a normal person was doing this video, they probably would be like, that's insane. Whoa. But I'm not, because you have Nino Zizic cloaking you as a faggot and fucking an Icelandic dilf. The weirdest part of this is Roa, actually. Because could you imagine screwing to Roa?
Lead us not into temptation, but
So I'm gonna put it in hello, because again, I get it. Something I will do. That's a Gottem story right there.
Oh, if only that was true.
But still, insane nonetheless. Next hot take. Adonis Lex, hear me out. Baby, what do you mean hear you out? I have been here. I want this man to f the living out of me. Everything. I want him to Slovak Czech Hunter. I want him to in my I don't care. I've been hearing. Also, look at my brows. Ooh. Ooh.
10.
Adonis Lex, hear me out. That is crazy, because like, what do you mean hear me out? What do you mean hear me out? I thirsted for the man for 3 minutes straight, and I've done that on separate different occasions. What do you mean hear me out?
I'm pregnant.
This is just an average Tuesday night for Gottem. Next one. Burman Limey should have won, but that's not the main take right now. He's a good songs to have. 2. You should test it. Live. On stream. I volunteer. Hello?
Hello?
Sometimes I worry. I'm actually gonna take the shot. Because that's a human rights violation. Because what do you mean on camera? What do you mean on camera? I have a career to uphold and job to get in the future. Cannot afford to have a bad digital footprint.
Girl, what the fuck is you talking about?
Do you know what? Maybe, why not at this point? I think it has been ruined already.
Look what you've done, you simpleton.
Like the digital footprint, it's not gonna work in my favor anyways.
I didn't see that coming.
Nonetheless, that is wild. Burman Limey in that context, that's an ethereal song you should be dancing circles to while on Molly. Or on acid, actually. But still, that's not the context this song should ever be in.
That's damn.
Okay. Lock in. Next one. A non-Eurovision friend asked me for music recommendations and I sent Zierm to him. 2 days later, they said that they had the best they ever had, cause Trade also vibed with it while he was completely road dogging them. I'm sorry, but is this channel turning into a phone sex hotline?
Yeah? Porn video?
Is this what this channel is turning to? Because I fear it might. To Zierm? Out of all songs,
It was a bit of a laugh. It's tongue-in-cheek, Danielle.
it kind of is a dick-sucking beat when you think about it.
This is disgusting!
Jesus, please let me into the pearly gates, please. That is insane. I'm also giving trade right now. Am I not? I hate when people use the word trade, by the way. Let's go on a tangent right now, because getting into an enthusiasm, that is crazy. Human rights violation on its own. But I hate when people use the word trade on the internet. You're not funny. You're not. This is the same with chopped. Just I can sense that there is not a single original thought in that turtle head of a head.
Dyslexia.
You have up there, you know? There is not a single ounce of originality in you if you use the words trade and chopped.
And that is the truth of the matter.
Anyways, next take. If Heaven Sent was sent, Malta would have gotten left side of the scoreboard. No.
What?
I don't know, guys. With Malta, it's weird because this did not get them even top 10 in the televote. So what is Malta gonna do? Heaven Sent, I'll give you that. It's more of a Eurovision song. Like, the issue Kant had was with the public, because they got 8 points. They got more from the juries.
It's the old people voting in Denmark.
Do I think Heaven Sent would have gotten a better result in the televote? No. Heaven Sent might actually have not made it past the semis. Sorry.
And that is the truth of the matter.
Like, Heaven Sent is an okay song, but we have to recognize that Malta suffers from a curse now, ever since the system got changed to televote only in the semis. Like,
Who set that system up?
Kant was what, 8th or 9th in the semi-final? They were not safe whatsoever, let alone Heaven Sent. Heaven Sent would have not qualified, so you're stupid for that. Left side of the scoreboard. This is what is tipping me over to the human violation.
Dyslexia.
Human rights violation. That's what's making me say that. So, human rights violation for this whole retake. Why am I taking shots so well in this video? Have I turned into an alcoholic?
Yes.
Okay, stick with me. I know the makeup has been done, so I think I nailed it, honestly.
This is the final makeup look for Queen Jezebel, the Enigma.
That's as sweet as St. Lucia.
Ooh. This is how I pull up to the function. That doesn't mean we're done with reading your takes, so let's read a couple of more. Next one. Parg is a bottom with his wife. He's a bottom with his wife.
Oh.
You people just be saying shit. The man has a whole wife and everything. So, human rights violation, this take. Next one. Luan had the best staging this year. The hourglass metaphor is genius, and her choreo hit the perfect balance of being active on stage and having the restraint to let her vocals shine. Are you joking?
Is she serious?
If there's anything, like, people are like, oh, why did France flop? Why did France flop? Because of the staging.
And that is the truth of the matter.
It's really bad, and this is a different conversation, obviously, but when all of the commentators in almost all countries are like, yeah, and she's having massive, explosive diarrhea on stage while this performance is going on, that's not a good sign. I think that's why France didn't read, because people were like, why is there sand blowing from her ass? You know, and this is coming from my man Lover. Don't get me wrong, I like the song. Like, the staging up until the bridge was great, and then the bridge happens, and you're like, oh, now why is that?
Oh no, 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 never, ever, ever, ever again.
Her being active and moving on stage is great, and her vocals were obviously amazing. And I love the hourglass and the sound metaphor, but it just didn't get across, I fear. It didn't, because of that moment, because of the diarrhea moment. And I think it's very dumb when people boil this emotional, heartfelt ballad to her having diarrhea. Boiling that amazing entry to her shitting herself on stage is kind of ridiculous and really bad.
Just leave.
But it's just the truth of the matter. Like, the average viewer is not an intellectual. They're not, you know what I mean. The staging cost her the top 5, in my opinion.
So sad.
So I would say that this is a, what? Type of take, you know what I mean?
You'll never be
Getting eaten out to Ich komme is akin to a religious experience. I get it, but I wish I didn't. Actually, you know what? I wish I did, because that hasn't happened to me. I haven't eaten out.
This is vulgar, but I love it.
Next one. Bird of Prey is better musically than Teresa and Maria. The latter had a better staging in terms of just listening to the song. Bird of Prey is way better. Why don't you come to my house right now, slap me across the face, shit in my mouth, and call my dad a racist? Because what do you mean?
What?
Teresa Maria is by far my favorite song of this decade, my favorite Eurovision song of this decade.
Aljona, Aljona.
And I even got a tattoo of it. What do you mean Bird of Prey is better? I'm just gonna show a picture. That's how much I love the song and the meaning. I even crowned it as the entry with the best lyrics in my ranking the lyricism of Eurovision 2024 video.
Fucking imbecile.
Teresa Maria is objectively better. Does that mean Bird of Prey is a shite song? No, but it's just not as good. Is Bird of Prey a little more unique? That I will give it to you, but that does not make it a better song.
And that is the truth of the matter.
But yeah, this take is awful. I would call it a human rights violation. And that doesn't mean that I hate Bird of Prey, because I don't. But you cannot compare it to Teresa Maria. You cannot. Bird of Prey was not even my winner out of Vidbeer this year.
From now on, this topic is out of bounds.
Cheers. Angus, eat up my bungus. Okay.
What a mess.
I like the flag rule. Having the artists with the flag of the country that they are representing keeps all the artists on the same playing field. Like if Kai had the Finnish flag, they could get more votes from the Finnish people, as they are now representing not only Sweden but also Finland. This applies to the casual viewer who wouldn't know before the show. Also, with the pride flags, artists could get more votes just based on the fact that they are part of the LGBTQ+ community instead of people liking the song. Most of this applies to the flag parade specifically, but I also like the rule for the green room. I was thinking about this. Let me tell you something. Obviously, when an artist is from a country different from the one they're representing, JJ, for example, who is Filipino, he would want to bring a Filipino on stage, like a Filipino flag on stage.
Dyslexia.
Because that's his culture, that's his experience, that's his ancestry, that's his roots. Same goes for Sisao, who is from the Faroe Islands, even though she's representing Denmark. Why would you go out of your way and ensure that these artists cannot bring a flag on stage that truly represents them as artists? Because you know what? In everything I do, me being Eastern European and me being from these countries has shaped me the most out of everything. Me having that ancestry, me having those roots, me having those experiences, that has shaped me the most as a person. Same goes to these artists as well. If I was an artist, I would refuse to go on stage if you didn't let me bring a Bulgarian and a Ukrainian flag. I would flat out refuse to go on stage, perform my song and everything.
I'm not upset, I'm fucking angry.
That's how pissed I would have been.
I'm angry, I'm fucking angry.
And the pride flags, again, for some people, that has shaped them as an artist to an unimaginable extent. Your point here, that they would score more points, like, let's say, Kai, if they showed up with a Finnish flag as well, that would get them more points from Finland. Finland already gave them high points. The average person from Finland watching Eurovision has been known that Kai are Finnish. Also, the average viewers don't tune into Eurovision the second it starts. They would most likely skip the flag parade and they would most likely skip the first performance. So your point is nothing.
Fucking imbecile.
Like, no, that's just not true. And again, I would be pissed if I was in the position of these artists. This is one of the things the EBU needs to change immediately, because it's just so stupid. Why would you have it?
Fuck this shit.
Anyways, I'm getting pissed off. Let me change the subject. I want you the same way you want Adonis. Sorry not sorry is the raging Balkan in me.
He's clearly incredibly egotistical.
I'm a free man. I'm a free man with now a lot of time on his hands. So, not saying too much, but I'm saying enough. So,
I have to laugh.
you can support me by sending me money. I'm disgusting. I'm a disgusting human being. And I should delete my channel, actually.
True.
Okay, next one. I saw half of the Eurovision fan media on Grindr and saw a lot of dick pics, and the prettiest dick was bling 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 I'm not surprised. I'm definitely not surprised, because Eurovision fan media is gay. That is a pride parade on its own.
Leave your your pride flags.
And I would love to say that I have an experience with that, but as a heterosexual man, I wouldn't know shit about Grindr, so I will take your word for it. That's insane though, so I will put it in... Actually, well, yes. I don't know who you're referring to here. I have...
Are you gay, bi, or natural, or straight?
I wish Kai got abducted by aliens and they did experiments on them. What? I'm just gonna take a shot. You people are weird.
Call the police.
Says the guy with the clown makeup on at 4 AM, you know what I mean? Oh, fuck, that hit in the worst way possible. I etched to your videos.
And the madness.
Okay, next one. Elon Musk's daughter, Vivian Jenna Wilson, has chosen Ich Komme by Erika Wickman as her winner. I love that woman. I love her more than I love myself. Vivian, I love you.
Strong. She's powerful. She knows what she wants.
You're probably like, why are you saying that? She's not watching this. She did a live stream on TikTok. I was studying for finals at that point. I wasn't watching it, even though I'm kind of regretting not watching it now. But my dear friend Gabe, he watched that and he texted me and he was like, oh, Gottem. Vivian said, and that's the truth of the matter in the live stream. And I was like, huh, that's interesting.
Wait! She won!
Then I was like, surely it's a coincidence because a lot of people know about Rachel Lister and that's the truth of the matter. Like, that audition is famous.
All around the towns and everything.
Like, just because I've made it my brand doesn't mean like I'm the only person that knows about her ever. And then Gabe was like, yeah, but at the same time, you're the only person that watches Eurovision that like uses that every 2 seconds in his videos.
And that is the truth of the matter.
So my point is, Vivian might be watching this.
This is so ridiculous.
Vivian, if you're watching this, hit me up, I'm begging you. I want to do something with you. You're an icon and a legend.
And that is the truth of the matter.
Please! Final 2 ones. Serbia staging homophobia is for a symptom of gay. Yes.
Yes.
It is.
Like gay and lesbian relationships.
Why did we have to make it gay? Why did we have to make that performance gay? It was not gay. That song is not gay. Nothing about it is gay. Why did we have to make it gay? It didn't match the vibe. He's singing about a woman in that song. What was the point? He's not gay.
Obviously, this is a heterosexual package.
I know most of you, judging from my last video, want him to be gay. Love to suck on those man titty. He is not gay. He's not. It's a funny one. Call it an ugly two in the way it can be told, because why not? People should stop making these sweeping comment statements where they say, oh, this will surely non-qualify when they simply don't like the song. Your opinion is not holier than thou.
Dyslexia.
And neither are you. Stop this Eurofan toxicity and hate on Twitter. Let me tell you something, honey. I hate when people on here, and on anywhere for that matter, are like, oh, Eurovision Twitter is so toxic. Twitter in general is toxic. Nothing you say or do will make Twitter less toxic, and that's the thing about it.
And that is the truth of the matter.
People keep forgetting also that this is a competition at the end of the day. People will have their opinion because this is a competitive format of a show. It's not just a big kiki and a kumbaya.
I was sharpening my knife.
Someone wins, someone loses, countries don't qualify, artists don't qualify, some of them win, some of them don't, some of them flop. People will have their opinions. This is a competitive format. You cannot prevent people from being toxic on Twitter.
You are in Barbados.
And also, most of these people that keep whining about hate and toxicity on Twitter will consider me saying that, oh, San Marino shouldn't have qualified.
True.
As toxic. I'm sorry, but that's an opinion, and you're clearly bothered. That doesn't make it toxic, however.
That is a fucking opinion. Everybody have an opinion. You either take it or you don't.
What do you want us to do? Let's all just clap together and be like, yeah, everybody should qualify, everybody should win. That's not what this show is about. I'm tired of this like little talking point. Oh, you're... Because the thing is, Eurofan Twitter is really toxic. Trust, I know, but... Isn't that what Twitter is about at the end of the day?
And that is the truth of the matter.
Twitter has always been toxic. What do you want these little edgy 17-year-olds to do? They have to be edgy. Let them be edgy. Tumblr died years ago. I put that in mid-festival because I'm just tired of that. Of course, death threats and sending hate to individuals, it's never okay. That I do agree with, but like mid-festival and no.
She's a grown-ass man.
Gottem is actually not gay or queer whatsoever. He just pretends to be bisexual, so he appeals to the younger audience, come across as niche and quirky, look at me, I'm not straight, and score brownie points from the girls thirsting and his deep voice.
No,
God, I wish you were right. God, I wish you were right and that I was just queerbaiting all this time. Actually, you know what? I have been queerbaiting. I've said that on Twitter, I am straight. Me when I'm serving clown trade.
Oh, shut up.
Also, score brownie points from who exactly? And also, what is the issue with my deep, seductive and very sexy voice? I don't get it.
This is disgusting.
Are you jealous? Jealous?
Jealous.
I'm not even gonna entertain this, but it's very funny, so I'm gonna put it in, call it an ugly twig, the way it kind of be top.
Sucking dick and cock.
Okay, final one. We're gonna do a final one because I am done. Clearly not studio version, but live. Georgia was actually the best performance. Song was ass, obviously, but so was Clemens, Mama Flopana, Marcos, Theos, Princess, and especially Emmys. Then Adonis flopped, Gojo flopped, Nina flopped, and Belgium flopped. Therefore, Mariam did the best out of the non-qualifiers because that mess was at least entertaining. FYI though, I love messy entertainment though, and Riverdale is one of my best.
Girl, what the fuck is you talking
What are we talking about? Let me tell you something. I love how people are clowning and being like, ooh, Miriam Shingelia should have qualified. Miriam Shamanama. It's just obviously trolling and I love it. The worst part is I know this person is serious. I know this person is serious. Let me tell you something. Mariam was not the best performance. And do I like Freedom for some reason? Yeah, obviously. Do I hate her ass? And do I hate this entry just because of like how phony it is, how propaganda it is, how the whole pro-Russian narrative just ruins everything at the end of the day, no matter what, and just makes this just so ignorant. Yeah, obviously, but just like the clownery of it all that happened on Twitter made it so funny to me. Was it the best performance? No. Is it messy entertainment? It definitely is. The whole, oh, Belgium flopped, and Nina flopped, and Adonis flopped, and then somehow that made Georgia the best performance to me. It's just the level of delusion that I love.
You are right up my street.
So, for this take, as a final one, I will be taking a final shot, even though I'm already kind of wasted.
You evil little cat.
Cheers to freedom, and freedom because it's a mountain spring. For sure, people, let it be here and there. Okay, and this was the last one. So those were your hottest takes and confessions on the topic and everything surrounding Eurovision 2025.
What a mess.
It was just a ride. This is probably the messiest video I've ever filmed in my whole life, so it was a great experience.
I am out.
Sound off in the comments if you like the makeup. I actually might be in love with myself even more. Which I know a lot of you are gonna hate that, but outbow me right now. This is a sign from God to stop this video. But yeah, that has been it. Tune in the comments and sound off whether you would like a...
Go on, Gail.
Whether you would like part 3, because I'm willing to make it. I got so many responses and I will be so down to film another part. So let me know.
Lesbian.
On that topic, you should subscribe. Most of you people who watch my videos are not subscribed to me, and you know what? This is the best opportunity because even though the Eurovision season has ended, we have so many things coming up. We have so many ideas, so many deep dives, so many lyrics, analysis and shenanigans just like this one yet to come. So you joining the Gottem Mental Asylum will actually make your life better, in my opinion. And objectively speaking, this is not just my subjective opinion, these are just objective facts. Do you know what I mean?
And that is the truth of the matter.
You can always subscribe, you can always follow me on social media. You can follow me on Twitter, it's the same as on here, it's just just a big ball of bullshit on Twitter. You can also follow me on Instagram, where it's a little more personal, it's a little bit more of my daily life outside of Eurovision, outside of this bubble, and outside of this chaos and mess of a fandom and contest. With that in mind, thank you so much for watching. It has been your boy, Gottem. It was my pleasure to have you around this time. And of course, see you soon. And remember, forever and always, I'm Gottem.